All right. Uh, if I don't continue using this stream software, I'm never going to get the bugs worked out of it. So I figured today I'm going to do another stream just for test purposes. And, I can't come empty-handed when I do these streams. So I figured I'd bring something with me. And today I have Calculate Linux with me. Ben Fitzpatrick, my buddy on Cup of Linux, recommended that I have a look at this. Easy Linux from the source is the slogan that we see on the screen here. And there were four choices, I believe, that it gave me when I was on the website to download this. I believe KDE is their main choice, and then there was Cinnamon, Mate, and Gnome. So I figured, why not have a look at Cinnamon? I've been meaning to have a look at Cinnamon for quite some time now to see how it has progressed and that sort of thing. So here it is, fresh install, ready to go. Let's go ahead and open up a terminal and see how much memory Cinnamon is using these days. All right, if we run free, tac M, it's telling me that on a fresh boot, Cinnamon is using 719 megs of RAM. Okay, that's less than what I was thinking it was going to be using. I was thinking maybe something more along the lines of close to 900 megs of RAM. So it looks like that they've Cinnamon has improved quite a bit there. All right, so this is Calculate 18 using the Cinnamon desktop. And Cinnamon does have a lot of really nice customization features. I also like the font rendering on top of Cinnamon as well. The text here looks quite crisp and that sort of thing. And so you got a lot of customization options, and we'll look at that in a moment. First, let's have a look and see what you're getting here with a default Cinnamon installation. Okay, power button. We've got lock session, calendar, looks like a clipboard manager, and then of course gives you the option of installing updates. And I didn't bother to install updates on this. This is built on top of Gentoo. That means when it emerges those updates, the updates tend to take a little bit longer because they are actually going to compile from source. All right, volume control, battery options, network options, volume control, and quick access to your wastebasket. Okay, and here it is. This is using GTK3 theming. And there are theme options that are included with this, and I'm going to be exploring that here in a moment. We have a quick launch to show the desklets. Okay, that's what that does. All right, cool. 4 desktops to switch between, and then the home folder, one on the desktop too, and then the menu, which is reminiscent of the Mint menu. And this comes with a bunch of things in here. Accessories, standard complement of things you need for everyday things, with the inclusion of GTK Record My Desktop. So for those of you who want to record your desktop, personally, I'm starting to really like OBS. This is starting to turn out to be some pretty cool stuff here. So yeah, gotta kind of like that. All right, in graphics, you get the GIMP, an image viewer, and simple scan. In the internet, you get Aurora, which is a Firefox derivative, Deluge for your BitTorrent client needs, Gajim, which is a Jabber client. Okay, didn't know that. Okay, you've got Ramina for remote desktops, and Polari. Oh, never seen Polari before. Another IRC client I wasn't aware of. Okay. LibreOffice comes preloaded with this, along with the document viewer, evolution, and that sort of thing. Rhythmbox, and a simple video player. And then in administration, you have access to the Calculate console. I'm going to open that up and we'll take a look at this here in a moment. You also have an updater, which is just a simple utility that can also be invoked by clicking the arrow on the panel. All right, color profile viewer, and a few other little tools here. All right, and so here's the calculate console, where you're pretty much going to do a number of things with your system. You can back up and restore profiles with this. All right, there's some build tools as well. Modify your password. Looks like some other configuration settings. Looks like this is for pretty much building your own build of this. Now, something you did not see me mention is there isn't a front-end package manager with this. And so pretty much you're going to be using the terminal to install everything if you should decide to use Calculate Linux, which is not really a bad thing. And you're also going to be compiling, and most of those sources that are going to be downloading from the repositories are going to be compiled on the system. So this means it's going to take a little bit longer. But you also have the benefit of determining what features you want compiled with the software. Now, obviously, I'm not that astute on this, and I haven't built Gen 2 in years, so I can't even remember how to do all that stuff, so I'm not going to be doing any demonstrations there. But if you want information, they have some pretty good tutorials for you by opening up Aurora. Okay, you have, they have their custom search here. And I didn't see any shortcuts there, so we just use their custom search. Here's the first link, and it tells you exactly what you need to do in the terminal, how to search and find packages and that sort of thing, how to get everything installed. All right, now I'm really excited about having a look at Cinnamon, because I haven't looked at Cinnamon in ages, and I've been dying to look at it, so you're experiencing it with me. Let's see what we got here for applets that we can add to the panel. Okay, doesn't look like this has changed much from the last time that I've seen this. Okay, it looks like you've got some notification options, network management. Okay, and these are already installed applets, but maybe I want to add an applet. Okay, come on, Cinnamon. Yes, update the cache. Let's see what applets they have available. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've used Cinnamon, so I may be doing this all wrong here. All right, let's refresh. Okay, we got a progress bar. Ah, here we go. All right, maybe we can add weather. All right, and see what goes on with this thing. Okay, I'm pushing the button and it's doing nothing. Gotta love it when that happens. Okay, well, let's pick out something else. How about Cinnamenu? Will you install? Very interesting. Okay, well, let's go into manage and see if it even moved over here. Okay. Well, I can maybe I can configure the I can configure the Cinnamon menu. Use custom icons. Maybe put text. Oh, cool. Maybe I want a space there. There, that looks better. Okay. All right, so we get to play with the menu button. Yeah, that's one thing. I used to love breaking Cinnamon. I really gave it a fair shake when this desktop was fairly new, and I pulled all the knobs, all the levers, and everything, and I tended to break it a few times, and so expect me to break it here. Okay, no options for Okay, how about panel launchers? Let's see what options we got here. Allow dragging of launchers, that's the only option. Okay. Power manager, let's see what options you give me there. Hide the label. Okay. How about show percentage? Oh, okay, cool. Show percentage. Show time remaining. Show percentage and time remaining. Or hide the label. Alright. Cool deal. Maybe I don't want the workspace switcher. I can select this and click minus. Ah, that gets rid of it. Okay, cool. What if I don't want this one? Ooh, I can even right-click items and remove them. Okay, so why don't we try that? I'll remove this one too. Let's show desk. Let's maybe we figure that one. Okay, peek at the desktops on hover. Turn it on. Okay, pretty neat. So it looks like they've done some pretty interesting things with this. Okay, well, let's go into next panel. Oh, that's because I only got one panel. All right. I'm just curious how well this is. Try check something here. Okay, we're good. All right. Oh, hi everybody. Never heard of Calculate before. All right, figured I'll stop for a minute and look at your comments and see what you guys are saying. Yes, as Sam is saying, for those of you who want to try Gen 2 but don't really want to go through the headaches of building it yourself, Calculate is a good option for you. Another good option that I tried was Sabian, but I think they have a variation on their package manager that's a little bit different. Ben's in the chat. I think he has more knowledge on that than I do, so please do chime in, Ben, if you know of any difference between the Calculate and the Sabian package. I'm pretty sure they do have a different, slightly different, but they're both based on Gen 2 as well. So it's been a long time since I've looked at Sabian. So, all right. And the Calculate is 11 years old. Yes, but this one was just released, I think, last week, according to IsoWatch. Okay, that's right. Sabian does not have a 32-bit edition, and this one does. So for those of you who have 32-bit hardware and you want a decent distribution to run on that 32-bit machine, this could be an option for you. This is one of the few distributions out there that has a 32-bit build. So yeah. It's a good thing I stopped to read the comments because, yeah, I tend to forget things a lot of the times, and I forget that, you know, I'll tend to forget that, you know, certain things, and the architectures was important. The package manager in Sabian is slow. As a tourist, it takes almost a day to do updates. So it's funny you mention that, Ben, because when I emerged the VirtualBox guest editions for today's demonstration, that only took a half hour to compile. Not really. It took about 4 or 5 minutes. And that's to be expected, though, because, I mean, you know, it's compiling all the software and that sort of thing. So, and, okay, and I'm going to stay out of the Pro Google thing. Okay, so let's look at some more customization options on here. I thought I saw something that had to do with theming, so why don't we do that? Let's click on themes and see what we've got here. Okay, window borders. Just a Dwada. Oh, lovely. You know, I would have thought that they would have at least included a dark theme. But okay. All right, so just a Dwada. How about icons? Okay. And, geez, their icon selections are all the same, too. So I guess I have to download some new stuff. Here we go. Yes! Okay, so now I've got a nice dark theme here going, and that's what you know, that is a must. If your distro does not have a dark theme, that is a instant deal breaker for yours truly. Not taking any away from the distribution that we're looking at right now. That's just a personal thing. And really, I make my own themes anyway. So if it doesn't have a dark theme, that's okay. I use Umox, and check my channel for that. Umox is an awesome tool for making your own GTK3 themes. Killer stuff. Okay, and then let's see what they got for desktop themes. They got Cinnamon and Calculate. I think I'll just stick with the Cinnamon option for the Calculate option. Okay, and then let's see what we got here. Okay, yes. Ooh. So, like KDE, you can download additional themes for this. Invigorating. Maybe I like this, well, usually you want to go with the one with the most stars. Let's try this one. Okay. Then, now it's got a check mark. Go to themes here. Ew, I don't like that one. But hey, you know, just goes to show how easy it is to install these. Okay, I can deal with that, I guess. Okay. Cool deal. Let's see what other options we have here. System settings. Okay. Got some nice little wallpapers, themes there. Even do a slideshow. All right. Got a number of effects. And it looks like they're enabled by default. All right, we've already looked at the themes here. Okay, a plethora of other things are thrown in here, like managing hot corners, maybe by moving the cursor to the lower left. Let's see what options it gives us. I'm going to enable a corner, and choose Show All Workspaces. Ah, very nice. Okay. All right, let's see how well it's responding now when we go back into... Ooh, that wasn't what I wanted. Panel settings. That's what I want. Okay. Fun, fun, fun. Huh. Okay. And looking for the configurations here, because now I can't seem to find it. Like I said, it's been a while since I've used Cinnamon, so... Okay, we need to go into panel edit mode. Ooh, that's cool. We've got some quick launches that we're hiding down there. Okay, and this is where we can drag and drop stuff. All right. Okay, fun stuff. So I just need to spend more time with this experimenting and that sort of thing. All right. Jonathan's telling me not to break it. Well, if I don't break it, you know, then I can't report any bugs to the developers and that sort of thing. So, yeah. Gotta break it. So at any rate, this was a good suggestion, Ben. I'm glad that you asked me to have a look at this. And after this stream is over with, I'll edit the description below, and I will have a link to where you can download this for those of you catching the rerun and that sort of thing. How's the audio this time around? Is the audio a little bit better than it was yesterday? I ran into some serious bottlenecks yesterday with this, and had a hard time with the audio, and I think I finally got some improvement there. So at least that's what I'm hoping anyway. And I'm hoping that I will be able to possibly do more of these in the future, just for laughs and giggles. At least it saves me the trouble of having to edit these in Kdenlive when I can just do all of this in one pass, have fun with the distro, and then interact with you guys as well. So it's all good. Any questions before I wrap this up, fellas? Guys and gals? Thanks for the feedback, Matthew. Yeah, yeah, I've been practicing all morning with the audio, doing different little tricks and that sort of thing. And I really need to get an OBS video up on an OBS video so that I have a record of how I use the software and that sort of thing. Sam, the desktop options I was presented with was KDE, GNOME, Mate, and Cinnamon, which you're seeing right now. So those are the options that they had available. And since I've looked at so many KDE distributions in the past couple weeks, I decided maybe it's time that we have a look at Cinnamon. Now, I will admit, though, Cinnamon, its performance is not quite there for me, personally. I know a lot of you guys out there swear by it. You love it. You love the customization options, and that's great. I always say, use the desktop that enables you to balance your workflow the best. And there are a lot of different options out there. I'm still on XFCE. I'm dying to eventually use KDE. I like it, but you know, I like that whisker menu, and I don't want to give that up. so I think when it comes time for me to transition over to KDE, I am going to figure out a way to shoe that in there. If I have to load a separate XFCE panel with just a little dot to have the whisker menu on there, I'm gonna figure out how to get it in there and get it to coexist with a KDE desktop. That would be something interesting. Okay, if you guys have suggestions for a future show, I need you to hop on to cupoflinux.com and just visit the suggestion box on the forum. Put in your show ideas there, and I'll read it, and I'll put in your if it's something I think that I'd enjoy doing, I'll definitely do it. And if it's something that I'm gonna really hate doing, absolutely not. Nils, no, I am not using a compressor. I do use a compressor though when I am post-processing audio. I've been using OBS now for the past 2 weeks, and when I do a Matthew, you couldn't even give me a free copy of Windows 10 to do the review on. It ain't happening. I would rather shove bamboo shoots underneath my toenails and take a 10-mile walk than to do a Windows 10 Pro video. It ain't happening. That's your job. Okay, Lalin says Calculate also has LXQT editions too. I did not see that on the download page. You could be right, and they may have other community editions available. So, yeah, no Windows. I think when I started Cup of Linux, how many years ago was that? I think I did have a look at Windows 8.1 when it was a beta or something like that, and I didn't like it. Gosh, that was a long time ago, and I had a few less gray hairs then. Okay, well, any rate, Calculate Linux, for those of you who want to try Gentoo without compiling it yourself. Just keep in mind, though, when you do run those updates, you probably are going to compile, but there are benefits to doing that. Again, if you read through the documentation, you have the options of setting use flags. So, for instance, let's say, you want to compile a special version of Blender where you don't need certain features that it has. Let's say you really don't need to have, you're just doing 3D modeling and you're not going to bring any multimedia elements into the software. You could actually set up a use flag to where that feature is not compiled into the software. And of course, less features compiled into the software means it's going to run a little bit more efficiently, at least theoretically. Any rate, yeah, okay, a few people are saying use flags hurt my head. Yes, they hurt my head too. All right, well, I'm not sure what we're going to be doing next on Cup of Linux, but I thank all of you for dropping in, and I'm sure I'll have something equally exciting next time. So, we'll see you all later. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.